You don't want to be the one who's laying on your deathbed saying, I wish I would have done that. I should have done that. Would have, could have, should have. Remember that as a kid? Like, we were even taught that. That's not something. Go after it. Do what you need to do. Execute at it, because you may never have another chance to do so.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Welcome back to the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 77, and today we're going to talk about why most men never reach their full potential. So guys, this is the Big D Podcast. We talk about three things: wealth, freedom, relentless execution. Today we're going to talk about why most men don't fail. They just never fully show up. That's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. So before we go anywhere, we want to ask you a favor. 70+% of you guys who are tuned into the Big D Podcast aren't even subscribed. Like this episode, comment, follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Instagram, because the message only grows if you help it grow. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about potential, because this is the one thing that most people misunderstand in life, and most understood thing in life is our actual potential. And it's one of the most dangerous places to be if we're not fully executing. So as I talk about that, fully executing, let me talk about our sponsors real quick. Well, bam. So we have a number of their products here. Okay. We have Shine. We have Whiplash. We have a ton of products here sitting on the desk. And we support these guys, what they're doing. These guys took action. They believe in what they're doing. They're showing up to the market. Hands down, best products in the market to detail your car, your motorcycle, your boat, anything. We're actually going to be honored to be in some of their booths and some upcoming truck shows with some of our vehicles, and just really honored to be a part of what they're doing. So go check out getwabam.com. Use code BIGD10. Also another company who's executing. We're honored to be partnered up with them as well. Proud Father. ProudFatherApparel.com for dads who show up. They don't only show up for work, but they show up to being a dad. There's so many deadbeat dads out there. And one thing I know is that I've always showed up for my kids, and I understood the importance. I remember childhood and, what I didn't have and why it was so important for the things I missed. And I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to continue that. And I was going to change what was coming up. I was going to change my kids so that they didn't see what I saw. They didn't experience what I experienced. So Proud Father's on a major, major mission. Check them out, ProudFatherApparel.com. Use code BIGD15. And also, before we get kicked into this, I just want to throw it back to Ability Tree, which is our foundation of choice, abilitytree.org. They help families impacted by disability. Huge. It really sits in our heart. We're glad to be partnered up with Joe and Micah and everything that these guys are doing. So go check them out. You can shop at abilitytree.org, or you can go to abilitytree.org. Guys, a donation. You can do a recurring donation for $1 a day. You could do $1 a month. You could do $5, whatever. Every dollar counts, because understand something. We support things that don't support us. We support things that don't make an impact. We support things just because. But at the end of the day, if you support a cause, if you support an organization that's making a difference, that comes back to your heart. You're actually giving for a reason, giving for a purpose. So at the end of the day, go check them out. And if you're serious about growth throughout the show and what we're doing, you can go check out bigdcoaching.com. You can see everything that we're doing, our masterminds that we have in New Jersey, Florida, California, and we have a few other locations coming up. So let's get deeper. Most men don't live at the bottom. They actually live at the top. Okay? And what I mean is they live at the top of their ceiling. So what that ceiling actually is actually the middle. So most men are not executing at the highest level. They're not sitting down below, but they're sitting at whatever that ceiling, that belief level, whatever it is that they believe they could achieve, because somewhere, some way, they've embedded this thought that that's all they can accomplish. They're not broke enough to change, but they're not successful enough to feel fulfilled. They're just comfortable enough to stay exactly where they are. That middle zone is absolutely dangerous, because nothing forces you to move. You have no pressure. You have no reason to leave because of that comfort zone. You're not desperate. You're not driven. You're just existing in a place where you do the same thing day in, day out. It's just a, carousel going round and round and round, and your life isn't even changing. You're not challenging yourself. You're not trying to become better. And at the end of the day, what I can tell you is that's where potential dies. Most men, if you talk to most men, what's interesting is here's what you'll find. Most men think that they're working hard. I love when guys go, I work hard. I put many hours in. Reality is you're not. You might be forcing yourself to do something and put time in, but you're just busy. There's a big difference. Let's look at the value you're bringing to the hour, not the hour that you're putting in. So when you look at high achievers and high performers, we're able to go out there and get things done in a least amount of time as possible because we know how to execute at a high level and not waste time. When everybody else is time stamping, time clocking, whatever they're doing, and they're looking to maximize their day and minimize their effort, but they're busy. And that's cheating the system. You're not living to your highest potential. Busy looks like answering emails, scrolling on your phone. Check your screen time. I challenge you to do that. Some of you guys would literally be upset with yourself if you actually looked at the amount of time that you waste being non-productive in your life. People look busy by talking about ideas, planning but never executing, thinking and talking but never doing anything. But understand that none of that actually builds anything of value. Real effort is absolutely uncomfortable. It's challenging. It's getting us out of our zone. Real comfort, keeps us committed to where we are so we can stay complacent to the things in our life that allow us to live the way we are living. But real effort is focused. You have to focus on becoming different. Real effort requires sacrifice. Most people don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to leave what they have to get what they deserve. And most men actually never, ever, ever push themselves to the limit. It's so, so sad. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do with Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. You're not stuck because of leads. There's something in your business right now that you're not seeing, and it's costing you every single week. Most business owners never figure this out. That's exactly why we break that down at the 7-Figure Blueprint Live Intensive. And if you want to see what's actually holding you back, click the link below and lock your seat in.
Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game from the ground up. Now they all know the name, Big D, Big D.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time that you actually pushed yourself to the point where you felt extremely uncomfortable? Think about that for a second. When is the last time that you pushed yourself to a high level where you felt uncomfortable because it wasn't something that you were used to, because it was pushing you outside of your zone, because it was just something that was making you work? Not tired, but uncomfortable. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that's exactly where growth happens, and that's how growth happens. Here's the real reason why most men never reach their potential. Because number one, they're never fully committed. As a partner, as a parent, as an employee, as a business owner, at anything. How you do anything is how you do everything. Like, people talk to me, they go, I don't even understand, like, you're so extra. But for me, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to commit to it and I'm going to get it done. So one of my partners in my business, Steve, he executes with me, and we do a lot of different things. And, we build a lot of funnels. We do a lot of different things. And he's like, man, bro, like, I've never seen anyone take action like you. And some of the other partners that I have at some of the masterminds and whatnot, like, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Like, I don't put it on a to-do list. I don't have a to-do list because that's exhausting. I remember years and years ago when I used to like to have fun instead of actually get things done. Sound familiar, right? All those things that are fun and exciting, we go do it. But then all the things that are actually going to actually make and progress our life, we don't do it because it looks like work. And when we have to work versus play, it's not exciting. So I understand if I just get it done now, the list will never grow and then I'll have more time to play. So at the end of the day, being fully commitment and having a full commitment and being fully committed in anything removes all your excuses. But most people don't want to remove them. Most people want to blame and have excuses for every which reason why they are not where they are. If you go all in, you'll actually find out what you're capable of. You'll actually be able to stretch yourself to another limit and realize that that ceiling that you've been living in, that middle, was just a baseline for what you're actually able to acquire. And it's super scary to leave that place and actually see that you could do something better, that you could be better, that you could show up better. Because what if you're not as good as you think? Then that's the way you start thinking, well, if I go do this, it's scary to me because how about if I'm not good? Well, how about if you are? You know, people always say to me, like, they want to start something, they want to do something, they want to achieve something. And the biggest thing is always like, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, number one, you're not going to know if it's going to work or not unless you try it and put some potential behind it and some execution behind it. But all I challenge them to say is, what if it does work? Will it be life-changing? What would the difference be? If your mind told you, I have no other reason but to make this work, and it not working wasn't even an option, it probably would work. As long as you were fighting hard enough to know that you truly believe that you can do it, and there was something greater on the other side. So instead, you say at 70%, and that's where you stay at 70% of your potential, or you stay at 80% of your potential, and that's just right below your edge. Most people live between 70 and 80%. They stay there. You need to start hitting peak potentials in a 90 percentile to actually execute at high levels. So by staying just below your edge, you always have something to blame. You always have a reason to make an excuse. I could have done more. I didn't really even try. What that does is it actually protects your ego. And the ego is the enemy. It's a bad place to live. But it actually destroys your potential. So playing small has a major, major cost. Number one, you're going to feel it every day. And there's going to be a time in your life where you're going to wish you could. Like, we are only going to be born one day and die one day. In the middle of our life, whatever happens in that time, that's the only thing we can control. But you don't want to be the one who's laying on your deathbed saying, I wish I would have done that. I should have done that. Would have, could have, should have. Remember that as a kid? Like, we were even taught that. Like, that's not something. Go after it. Do what you need to do. Execute at it, because you may never have another chance to do so. You feel this every day, somehow, some way. The frustration, the lack of fulfillment, the low confidence, the lack of direction. Because deep down inside, you know that you're capable of more. And that's why I'm telling you this. Because if you're ignoring that feeling, it's one of the most painful things that a man can ever experience. But understand, the shift is simple. You're making it complicated. It's not easy, but it's simple. You just need to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop half-ass committing to things in your life. Stop playing it safe, because safe never gets you anywhere good. And go all in. Is your family worth it? Are you worth it? How many men say, I do it for my family? Oh, so you're playing small and making excuses and living in comfort zone for your family. What are you teaching your kids? How are you showing them you show up? And then when they show up half-assed like you show up half-assed, who do you have to blame? Yourself. So your business will be affected, your health will be affected, your standards will be affected, and your life will be affected. Okay? But understand that it's all going to be affected in a better way by you showing up to be a better person. You showing up at that 90% range. Not for a week. Because, beginning of the year, every year, everyone wants to lose weight. They're going to diet. They're going to do this. They're going to cut out alcohol. They're going to cut out this. And they do it for motivation, but motivation doesn't last. You have to go beyond motivation. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. And I'm going to tell you this for real, that you need to want it more than you don't want it. You need to be able to get outside of that comfort zone more than staying inside of it, because your future dies every single day that you check off. I mean, we cannot get days back. We just check it off, closer to death, closer to death, closer to death. But we make excuses on why we're not showing up. And that why is destroying everything that we're supposed to be as humans. We have the ability to be the greatest impactor in our lives, but very few of us ever show up. So here's the question. Are you operating at your full potential, or are you staying comfortable enough to avoid finding out because you're okay where you are? You know, I love when people go like, you know, I make enough money to be comfortable. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You make enough money to be comfortable. I mean, comfortable to me is like having an influx of money and having enough money to not worry about money, in a position where, you know, your account's getting hit every day, every week, and you're getting paid maybe in a few different countries across the globe, and maybe you're getting paid today for tomorrow, and today for yesterday. That just confused the shit out of you, didn't it? Well, some countries right now it's yesterday, some countries right now it's today, some countries right now it's tomorrow. So, I mean, living comfortably, I mean, that would be amazing to get paid 3 times in one day for 3 different days. I mean, but most people don't even have enough money. At the end of the week, they have more week at the end of the money. How do you live this way? You want to retire on 40% of the money that you're making when you haven't even figured out how to live on 100. This is a totally rotten operation that we have going on in our world. So if this episode hits, guys, subscribe, like, comment, hit me up. Let me know how I can help you. Check out bigdmastermind.com. Check out bigdcoaching.com. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. Wabam, getwabam.com, proudfatherapparel.com, and Ability Tree. Go check them out, abilitytree.org. Support, help. Guys, this is the Big D Podcast. Wealth, freedom, relentless execution. I'll see you next time.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. Relentless execution, we don't